JDC Motorsports. A solid run for you, 113.5. Was it
955?
955. Yeah, 113.955. Juan. The car looked really good for you. You guys obviously didn't know because you're in the race car. But the top five was flipping back and forth the entire session. Guys were jumping up and down. At one point, the guy that was in fifth was down in seventh. You, Juan, though, were in the top three for a majority of the time. Obviously, you guys made the right change to your car. Talk a bit about the session. How did the car feel for you as soon as you came onto the track?
Okay, we had a pretty good day today. We were P2 on first practice, and then P4, second practice, and we just made a little change in the car. We talked with Rick and John about it, and we decided to make just a little change and just put new tires and see what happened. And well, it was really good. The car was really balanced for all the session. We made a little change right on the half of the session, and that helped. I think it was a good result.
Let me ask you about the track itself. Obviously, you guys started in the morning, then ran in the middle of the day, now at the end of the day with more rubber down. How did the track change throughout the day, especially from the second session to the third session?
Well, in the first session, it wasn't too bad. We were quite fast. Second session, you can notice there was more rubber because of the Indy cars and all the big cars going out. And our car was pretty balanced for the three sessions. We just made, like I said, a little change, and the qualifying, I think the track was pretty good, and the car was awesome.
The last question I'll have for you is coming from Sebring, just a little over a week ago to here right now at St. Petersburg. Sebring, you were around, fourth, fifth, sixth kind of thing. Well, here you're second, third, fourth. Of course, second in qualifying. Do you just feel a little more comfortable in the car right now? Obviously, JDC has a pretty good setup for this weekend, but you'd be able to step it up a little bit for this weekend. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, Sebring was difficult for me. Let's say I didn't adapt to the situations. My teammate was really fast. I just think I'm more confident. Just going at it. I like a lot the street course, and I think it will be a good weekend.
Juan, congratulations, well done. Let's move over to Spencer Pigot. Some excitement at the very end. In fact, Spencer, I was already going through the order. I thought the session was done. I didn't think anybody else was coming on track, so I was going to go through the order. All of a sudden, you went to the very top, and the key was the fact that you came under the line just after the checkered flag had flown, so they weren't sure whether or not you had blown that flag already. The car, obviously, for you getting better and better through the session as well, but to be able to get that good at the very end of the session, what do you think? Was the car continually getting better, or did you guys come in at a time earlier before that?
Yeah, I mean, the car, we made a big improvement from practice to the qualifying, and then mid-session with the red flag, we were able to come in and make a pretty big change, and straight away that felt a bit better. I mean, we were consistently doing low 14s, 1s, and 2s, and I knew that we needed a few more tenths because my engineer Andy on the radio was saying you're P3, you're a couple tenths off. So, he told me one lap to go, and I made a little adjustment in the car, just trying to get the most out of it. And then, I was able to hit all my marks and put a really good lap together and just snatch pole.
So late in the session, actually a bar change in the car?
Yeah, actually on the last lap.
Really? Well, that was obviously in the right direction. Coming into the session, do you start thinking about the points, the extra points? Is that something you think about in qualifying? Because obviously a bonus point, considering how tight it's going to be this year, could become crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you see there's 4 guys all in the top 2 tied for the championship, and the point is great, but it's still so early on in the championship that anything can happen, and it's obviously not a bad thing. It's great to have, but I think that scoring more points in the races will be more important.
A question I would ask you right now, obviously you're with Andretti Autosport, kind of following into the footsteps of Sage Karam, who swept here last year. Obviously, I think the field is much deeper here this year. Do you feel pressure from following in Sage's footsteps, the fact that he won last year? I know Zach probably feels a bit of pressure as well. How do you feel about that?
I'm pretty relaxed with the whole situation. I know, obviously, everyone knows that the Andretti cars are competitive, but there's so many guys that are. I mean, Cave, JDC, Bilardi, they all have really good cars, and it's definitely a lot different championship than it was last year. Just all these guys from Europe and South America, but I don't feel any pressure really, any extra pressure being with Andretti. It's more the pressure that I put on myself to want to perform and get poles and win races.
You started on the pole position many times before in karting, and obviously at Skip Barber as well. You feel any pressure tomorrow when you're the guy setting the pace coming down to get the green?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a few extra butterflies in your stomach when you're coming to the green flag and you're on pole, and you know you're the quickest guy in qualifying, even if it was only for 2,000 to a second. But I'm just gonna try and keep my head down and be consistent and put in a good few opening laps.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any questions at all from downstairs right now? We're good?
We're good.
All right, guys, you've got a couple hours of debrief ahead of you. Enjoy yourself. See you tomorrow morning.